Salutations, nerds. I'm Rick Y, the wise guy, and today is December 5th, 2024, and we have been receiving some information when it comes to the gentleman who was shot and killed yesterday morning. His name was Brian Thompson, and he's the CEO of a major insurance provider. As more information comes to light, it's clear that this was indeed a targeted act, and the public response is noteworthy, to say the least. So if you enjoy short bits of news, updates, and other bits of Americana, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, side note, it appears as though, regardless of everything, one person who seems very, very upset with this turn of events is Elon Musk, and he even referenced his upcoming Doge in a post when it comes to all the hard work those billionaire CEOs do for us. Hashtag Doge. Brian Thompson was shot down yesterday in broad daylight, and since then his wife has revealed publicly that she knew that he had been threatened by a yet identified source. She also did not go into much detail regarding the threats themselves. As I had mentioned in yesterday's video, no motive or suspect had been identified, and we still haven't much to go on. However, the picture is starting to become a little clearer as the casings for the rounds found at the location of the shooter had words written on them, which means the shooter was sending a very precise message. Now, I'm not sure if all of these words were found on each casing, or if each casing individually had one word, but they were specifically the words deny, defend, depose. Internet sleuths have since pointed out that this is a very similar phrasing to the title of a book by celebrated professor of law at Rutgers. The name of the book is called Delay, Deny, Defend. Incidentally, that book is somewhat of a guide for how to address insurance companies who fail to pay out claims. So the threads are starting to connect. However, I must remind everyone that the motive, although speculative, isn't known, and the suspect is yet to be caught. And at time of recording, they seem to have images of his face, or at least the face of a suspect. And at this point, it's just a matter of time until he's found alive or dead. But as I said earlier, it appears as though this has sparked quite the response online. But instead of an outpouring of thoughts and prayers to family of the victim, it seems as though society is approaching this differently. Memes, gallows humor, and even outright schadenfreude has been the primary and regrettably understandable responses. It makes sense, unfortunately. Long have insurance companies taken advantage of Americans and grieving families during the worst days of their lives. I've seen it firsthand, personally. They fail to uphold their end of a bargain along terms that they establish, yet their CEOs rake in record profits for these companies, and then they take home millions of dollars themselves, heading a company that just can't find the money to help people who have loyally paid their dues every single month for years, sometimes decades. In fact, right as I was quipping about hoping to never be in that position personally of the man who was shot, I saw a picture of this guy with the man, Brian Thompson, with the words, "Live your life in such a way that half the world isn't dancing in the streets when some hero puts you in a forever box." Others suggest that the life insurance company should only pay for 3 days of time as payout. Personally, the one that I found most poignant was the meme that pointed out that Americans shouldn't act shocked in a society when we love guns but hate healthcare, and the CEO of a corrupt insurance company is gunned down in broad daylight. I mean, wow. Honestly, I couldn't have thought of a more salient way of expressing my own cynicism in regards to this. We all have different ways of dealing with these kinds of things, but regardless, as I said, it seems to have sparked a much broader conversation, and given how the public is treating the shooter as some kind of vigilante instead of like a murderer, speaks volumes. Again, this is an ongoing situation, and if you're interested in my take so far, stay tuned, stay engaged, and stay decent. Until next time. That deuces.